Hi everybody. Each week I try to think of a different way of saying hello you splendiferous people. I do like splendiferous just because there's a lot of sound to that splendiferous. It's almost like onomatopoeia, isn't it? Anyway, how are you? Today I'm talking about the weight that we carry on our shoulders and about the good news about that weight. I'll tell you all about it on the other side. I don't know about you, but as a Virgo with a Libra ascendant and a Taurus moon, for whatever that means, I do tend to feel responsible for what goes on. Now, I have noticed over the years, over these mad, crazy years, that a tremendous amount of guilt tripping has gone on toward us, from our group. You're letting this happen. If you let this happen, the world's going to be destroyed. You've got to do something. You've got to. And we've been put under tremendous pressure to do stuff. Yeah? To really get on and do it and go out and protest in the streets and to write to our MP and all of that. And do you know what? It's been a heavy weight. It's been a heavy weight. You know when... Remember during the plan stroke-demic, I was making badges. Well, I wasn't actually. A beautiful lady in Canada was making badges, but the idea being that we could go out and we could know who was in our group, because it was, we felt so bloody lonely. And I went out in the street early on in this craziness with a megaphone, and I was shouting at people saying, "Don't take that. This is a scam." Everything without a mask when masks were mandated outside and the police were looking at me. And do you know what? I felt fucking uncomfortable. I felt extremely uncomfortable. I didn't want to do it. I didn't like doing it. But you know what? I did it because of the weight that I carried on my shoulders, the weight of responsibility. I thought, well, some fucker's got to do it. Somebody's got to do it. And so I did it with other people. Obviously, I didn't do it on my own. And it was a heavy weight to carry. And I know lots and lots and lots and lots and lots of people did exactly the same. Because we thought, if it's not us, who? And there was... Can you remember the David Icke statement where he was saying, first of all, they came for these people and nobody said anything. Then they came for this group and nobody said anything. And finally, they came for you. Yeah? And it was all about do something, take action, do something. And quite often we were at a loss as to what to do. What do you do? And so what we did was we spent probably 12 months telling everybody that this was a plan, stroke, scam, stroke, demic. And we paid a heavy price for that. We did indeed. Yeah, which we talked about. And that was a heavy weight to carry too. And many of us, and I mean, when I say many, I would say probably the vast majority, if not all, we've lost people out of our lives because of that. It was a heavy price to pay. So what am I getting at? Well, what I'm seeing and what you're seeing and what everybody's saying is that we're in the age of revelation. Okay? I mean, it's awesome. It's awesome what's being revealed at the moment, and it's just this floodgate being lifted, and we are awash, literally awash with revelations. Not only are we awash with revelations, but more and more and more and more and more people are speaking out. People are speaking out everywhere. And I know at the beginning that annoyed us. Lots of people were getting annoyed with that. How dare they? After they kept quiet all this time. How dare they speak out now when it's safe? Okay, but of course it's not safe. Because if you speak out, people still get knocked off, cancelled, the whole shebang. But there are more and more. I mean, just today I watched as two people, like very key people, spoke out against this madness. in one way or another. One person calling for the names from the list of the flight logs of the Stein Island. Yeah, I don't know whether I'm allowed to say that. I just put stroke. I just like putting a stroke in things. I like stroking things. So people speaking out and going, our children are being sexualized. But like key people saying stuff like this. So what I'm seeing happening is this, and this is the message. More and more people are waking up. We are becoming a mob, an angry mob in many cases, but we are becoming a mob. We are no longer a small select group. We are a mob, angry mob. And so what's happening is this, and this is what I'm noticing, is that other people are speaking out. The people who want to speak out, the people who are angry, and we mentioned this a while ago, that it's the people who are just waking up. They're the ones that are really going to do the damage, because they're in big groups. There's a lot of influential people who are waking up and they're speaking out. And so the weight is going to be taken off our shoulders a bit. It's going to be shared. Let's say that. So it's not all going to be on us. It's not all down to us. It was never down to us. The Great Awakening was never down to us. It just felt that way. It just felt that it was us. It was shit or bust. It was us or nothing or nobody. And that's not where it is, and that's not where it's going to be. Project yourself 12 months down the line, 24 months down the line. We are going to be in a very different place. Very different. Nations are rising up. Nations. And nations will rise up. The world will rise up. And so what will happen is kind of like we'll get carried along. All that'll happen is that we will be the knowledgeable ones amongst that group. Many of them will have a small amount of knowledge, but a small amount of knowledge can be very dangerous. You get a hold of the shitty end of the stick, bloody hell. And I think that's where we're moving to. So chill out, chillax, take a nice deep breath, realize that it's not all down to you. It's not all down to me. It's not all down to us. That there are lots of people involved in this now, and there are going to be even more. And then there's going to be everybody. We're going to be the majority. And don't underestimate what that means when we are the majority. Because once we are the majority, and it doesn't have to be in numbers, it has to be in strength. Once we're the majority, then we will go where we will go, and there will be no stopping us. There will be nothing that can stop the majority. So all that we have to do is sit tight. Sit tight. Do our bit. Absolutely. Don't just sit, sitting there smoking a cigar if you're a man, and if you're a woman, wiping out the ashtrays. No. Don't just do that and go, well, go on then. No, do your thing. Do your thing. Sing your tune. Play your song. But don't think that you've got to do it all yourself, because you don't. There's going to be enough of us. We are going to be legion. We are legion now. We're going to be many. Yeah? And I am quoting the demon that Jesus expelled from that man. But it's the same thing. We're just filled with goodies. We are legion. The goodies are legion. Yeah? So don't worry about it. Everything's super duper. Everything's rocking and rolling. All the guns are cocked. And that isn't a sexual expression. Okay? Cocked. Ready to shoot off. So, I love you all, and I'll speak to you all later. That is a sexual expression. I love you all. See you. Bye-bye.